Something big just quietly happened here in Kyle, Texas. On January 6th, a massive piece of land just west of I-35 was purchased by a real estate investment arm of the Church of Latter-day Saints, also known as the Mormon Church. And it's already starting a lot of local conversation. Let me just preface this by saying that this is in no way, shape, or form a religious video. This is more about land and housing and growth and what this means for the people living in Kyle, the residents of Kyle, as well as people who are thinking about moving to Kyle or the surrounding areas, Buda, San Marcos, South Austin. So here's what actually happened. About 29,000 acres of undeveloped land just changed ownership. It's located roughly 4 miles west of I-35, so in that downtown Kyle area, and it includes 4 miles of Blanco River frontage. The buyer is Property Reserve Inc., which is the real estate investment arm connected to the LDS Church. So this wasn't a small purchase. This is the largest piece of undeveloped land in Hays County. But what makes it even more interesting is that this specific piece of land already has a long-standing development agreement in place. And under that agreement, the site can support up to 9,000 housing units, along with mixed-use development space. This means homes, shops, services, and community spaces. And let's be honest, that level of development can really shape the future of West Kyle. But here's where it gets important for buyers to understand and kind of expectations to have. This specific piece of land has been tied to litigation and environmental challenges for years and years and years. So nothing is going to be breaking ground tomorrow. I'm seeing this as more of a long-term growth marker rather than an immediate construction boom or a real estate boom. But if and when this land eventually develops, this is what it probably means for Kyle residents and for people who are moving to Kyle. More housing inventory. So builders are going to be building. Potential affordability relief because of the boom of houses that are going to be coming on the market, new retail and services, so maybe shopping centers. It's going to mean new jobs from construction and commercial development. And then overall, I believe it signals long-term population growth. And then with that, more homes also means new schools, new roads, new emergency services, so maybe emergency rooms, maybe a hospital, and then increased city planning investment, right? So what does that mean for taxes? The next big question that I had, at least, was infrastructure. When I heard thousands of homes, I immediately thought, okay, water, electricity, roads, schools, and yes, emergency services. But what I found out was that Kyle has already been planning long-term water expansion and infrastructure development in that general area. But again, all of this depends on the pace and the timing of development approvals. Now, does this mean then I thought, does this mean that Kyle is going to become the next Utah? But after doing some research, I will say that I don't know, but I don't think it'll become the next Utah in the cultural sense. Utah and the culture there and the statewide influence of the Mormon Church that was built over decades. Do I think more Mormons might move to Kyle? I don't know. Is there anything in the works for a Mormon church? No, not as of now. So you just kind of don't know. I think right now it's important to think of it more of like a major land investment rather than a future religious hub. And I guess in real estate terms, it just means that a well-capitalized owner now owns a very large, very strategic piece of land. If you want to track what happens next, these are the things you should watch out for: rezoning filings, preliminary plats, development permits, utility and water agreements. Look at your city council agendas. These filings will reveal the timeline of what is to come. and eventually what builders will be involved, because I personally am very excited to see, very curious about what builders are going to capitalize on this new development opportunity. I'll be watching closely as official filings start coming out. I'll do my best to kind of break it down for you if that's something that you guys want to see. And again, if you're relocating to Kyle, Austin, San Antonio, or anywhere in between in the Central Texas region, I would love to help you. You can contact me. My information is in the description box below. And I think I'm also going to link my guide to moving to Texas with kids, just in case any of you are going to be moving to Texas with kids soon. It was so nice. I'll see you next week.